The house was too quiet. Amara pressed her back against the living room wall, listening. Every creak of the floorboards, every whisper of wind outside the windows made her flinch. Her wrist brushed against the edge of the couch, and she felt the faint ache of yesterday's bruise. Carefully, she pulled the sleeve of her blouse down over it. No one must see. Not now. Not ever. She moved toward the kitchen, trying to look natural, but her steps were small, deliberate. She poured herself a glass of water, the faint clink of the cup against the counter making her jump. Her fingers shook slightly as she lifted it to her lips. She tried to swallow slowly, steadying her racing heart. A soft knock came from the front door. 3 light, careful taps. Amara froze. Her pulse jumped. She hadn't been expecting anyone. Slowly, she walked toward the door, sliding the chain lock just enough to peek through. "Amara," a gentle voice. "It's Mrs. Dada." Relief and fear collided inside her. She opened the door a little, just enough to speak. "Yes?" The older woman's eyes flicked over Amara's face, lingering on the faint purple shadow beneath her makeup. "You didn't come outside yesterday. Are you feeling all right?" I'm fine," Amara said quickly, forcing a smile. She hoped it looked convincing. Mrs. Dada's gaze fell to Amara's wrist, where the sleeve had shifted slightly. "That looks painful." "I just bumped into the cupboard," Amara said softly, her voice tight. "It's nothing." Mrs. Dada studied her for a long moment, her eyes warm but searching. "You know," she said quietly, "if you ever need help, my door is open." Amara nodded, swallowing hard. "Thank you," she whispered. She closed the door slowly, her hand lingering on the knob. Her pulse didn't settle. It never did. By nightfall, the house felt even smaller. Amara checked every lock, every window. Her husband had left earlier for work. The house should have felt safe. But even in silence, she felt eyes on her. Every creak, every whisper of the wind through the trees made her heart spike. She moved to the bedroom, brushing her hair behind her ears as she glanced at the hallway. The long stretch of darkness seemed endless tonight. She sat on the edge of the bed, hugging her knees, feeling the cool sheet against her skin, and tried to calm herself. But her mind would not stop racing. Then a faint sound. Soft, deliberate. Something moved in the hallway. Her breath caught. The shadows stretched across the walls like dark fingers. Amara's legs stiffened, her hands gripping the sheets. She slowly turned her head toward the door. A shadow moved. Clear. Human-shaped. Standing at the far end of the corridor. Her stomach clenched. Her throat tightened. "Who's there?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. The shadow shifted, slow, deliberate, almost teasing. Amara felt her knees weaken. She stepped back toward the bed, her pulse hammering. Suddenly, a hand rested lightly on her shoulder. She gasped, whirled around, and it was him. "What are you doing?" he asked, calm, but there was an edge to his voice. I saw someone," she whispered, her voice trembling. "There's no one here," he said. He glanced down the hallway where the shadow had been. There was nothing, no trace. Amara's eyes darted to the lamp at the far end of the corridor. The cord lay unplugged on the floor. Her chest tightened. If the lamp was off, then what had cast the shadow? He walked past her toward the bedroom, leaving her frozen in the darkness. She dared not move, dared not breathe too loudly. Her hands shook as she reached for the edge of the bed. Hours later, she finally allowed herself to close her eyes, but sleep did not come. The faintest noises, wind against the windows, the hum of the streetlight outside, the creak of the floorboards made her flinch. Every shadow felt alive, watching, waiting. The next morning, she walked outside and found Mrs. Dada tending her small garden. The older woman's eyes were warm, but her voice was serious. "Did you see anyone near your house last night?" Amara asked softly, still afraid the wrong person might hear. Mrs. Dada paused, her hand lingering on the watering can. I noticed a car parked across the street for the past few nights," she said. "Black, dark windows, it doesn't stay long." Amara's stomach turned cold. Her eyes instinctively darted to the street. The shadows of the trees swayed in the morning light, and for the briefest moment she felt the same cold sense of being watched. That night she checked the locks herself. Every window, every door. Her husband fell asleep quickly beside her, unaware of the unease that had taken hold of her. She remained awake, alert, eyes fixed on the slightly open bedroom door. At 1:12 a.m. she heard it again. The soft sound in the hallway. Carefully measured footsteps. Her chest tightened. The bedroom door, which she had thought closed, now lay ajar. And then it happened, a shadow crossed the hallway. Human-shaped, tall, deliberate. Her heart pounded so loudly she feared it would wake him. The shadow stopped outside the door. The handle moved, just slightly, then paused. A whisper floated through the air. "Amara."
Not his voice, not Mrs. Dada's. Someone else. Someone near. The hallway light flickered on by itself. The shadow vanished. The door remained ajar. Amara's feet touched the cold floor as she approached the hallway. Empty, quiet. Yet at the far window, just beyond the glass, she saw it. A figure. Watching her. Motionless. Silent. And then a faint, eerie smile. Her heart froze. Who was it?